Peace and blessings out there, everyone. We're here another week on Exodus Radio. I am one of your hosts, RJ Mahdi, and today we're going to be talking about a little bit of Black history. So, Black History Month started yesterday. Happy Black History Month to all of our brothers and sisters out there. Everyone's celebrating, especially in the diaspora where Black history is especially suppressed, and where many of us are just learning some of the most important things about our history. And so we always want to take the time to revisit history so that we can understand some of the paths that are necessary to be taken today. Understand and learn from some of the mistakes that were made in the past, and see how we can recreate history or build our own history here in the present, going into the future. So again, happy Black History Month to everyone out there. Um, Obviously, somebody said this to me earlier. They say, we should be doing this all year. The good thing is, lately we have been seeing these things being done more ongoing. The fact that we're now shopping Black as a people. There's a new code being set. There's a new standard being set for the recognition of our people. I see a lot of people now giving our greats their roses before they're gone, and that's important because before they become Black history, we want to give them their props, and we want to let them know that we appreciate them. So shout out to everybody who has been keeping the the Black agenda going, keeping the stories circulating, keeping the narrative in line, improving the quote unquote his story, and adding and bringing back some of the real true story about our people. And so, as we embrace the continent, and as we come home, and as we become sustainable, and as we build relationships with our brothers and sisters, it's important to recognize and to understand and learn from those who came before us. Shout out to everyone out there. If you're watching this video, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. Share this, share it onto your timeline. If you're on Facebook, hit the thumbs up if you're on YouTube. But make sure that you get this circulating. Today we're going to share a bunch of gems. We're going to be talking about repatriation before Garvey. So a lot of us know about Marcus Garvey and the movement that he created in the late 19 teens, if we can say, and into the 1920s. And so a lot of the Pan-African movements that we see happening over the past 100 years have been greatly contributed or inspired by that. And so we understand that even though Marcus Garvey did lead what is now known as the largest Pan-African or Back to Africa movement in recent history, we do also recognize that there were others prior to the Honorable Marcus Garvey who either attempted to or actually did make it back to the continent. So we definitely want to recognize those people who made that journey, who tried to make that journey from different parts of the West. And it wasn't always just America. And that's something that we understand as well. African Americans have a particularly unique experience with the slave trade and with Jim Crow and the things that happened in the U.S. But our brothers and sisters in other parts of the diaspora have had similar struggles. They've also had similar revolutions where they caused certain uprisings in their countries that would lead to them attempting to or actually making it back to the continent, or some of them at least. So, these are the stories that go untold. These are the stories that, people are not bringing to the forefront. And so on today's show, that is our goal. Go ahead and bring my co-host, the esteemed Sister Ya of Sankofa Repatriation Assistance Program. Uh, do we have you there? Looks like she's joining, but it's not moving very quickly. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in. I see a lot of folks going ahead and commenting. Make sure you guys let us know where you were watching from. Make sure you guys plug in, your businesses and organizations, etc., in the comments, and we will get you shouted out if possible today. Sister, yeah, we're trying to put you on right now, but it looks like it's not being friendly. We had this issue yesterday. Also, I'm not sure if it's StreamYard that's doing this. We had this issue yesterday. We had Aaliyah's book launch yesterday. For those of you who um, missed out yesterday, my wife Aaliyah launched her book, the Repat Guide: 50 Startups for Repats in Africa. And so we had the live stream book launch yesterday. It was great. We even gave away a free membership to the Exodus Repatriation and Investment Club. So shout out to the sister that won yesterday. It was pretty legit. But we did also have this issue with StreamYard being able to let guests on. It's like I can see you in the queue, but I'm not able to let you in. But yeah, you guys drop your cities in the comments for us. Also, on today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about some other new resources that have just become available here on the ground. A lot of our folks here are excited about some of the newest active collective investment projects that are available here in Senegal. And we want to make those more wider available. But you guys have to come on into the Exodus. You guys got to go ahead and join on so that we can, effectively serve you. Um, there's a lot of things that are necessary to be figured out in the initial parts of your journey when it comes to what you want to invest in, where you want to live at, what do you want to do, etc. And so those kind of things require a considerable amount of consulting, research, vetting, etc. And so when you come on into the Exodus Repatriation and Investment Club, that allows us to be able to provide those services to you more wide reaching, more in depth, more customized to your situation, because everyone is different. Everyone has, different needs. And so we don't want to lump everybody together into, one, set of standards or needs. So it's important to understand you individually. Man, Sister Ya, if you can hear me, I can see you, my sister, but it is not allowing me to click add to stream. Man, we had yesterday Gina Foday and another sister who owns a bookstore here in Dakar join us for the book launch. And we had a very similar issue. If anybody can offer some assistance, if you have a StreamYard and you know how it works, please let us know. we'll keep on trying, Sister. Yeah, sit tight. Also, Chief Foday is supposed to be making a return to the Exodus show today, and he is going to be bringing some information about the repatriation of the Maroons, which is a sovereign territory in Jamaica. And so, he brought this information to us a few days ago. I was kind of blown away. These really are some little known facts. They don't tell you that so many of us from so many places in the world actually tried to come back. And it's the same way that they don't tell you that so many African communities and kingdoms and tribes fought here on the ground against colonizers and slavery. They make it seem as if it was easy. They make it seem as if, the colonizers just came in and had their way and did whatever they wanted, and we just let them walk all over us. They don't tell you about the many revolts. They don't tell you about the many uprisings. They don't tell you about the ships that pulled up and got burned into the ocean. They don't tell you about, those shipmates or crew that were poisoned or that were, burned on their boats, killed on their boat. They don't tell you those stories because they want you to believe that we allowed this all to happen. They want us to believe that we are somehow complicit in the multiple centuries old oppression that they've been putting upon us. And so we have to understand better that in several different societies around the West in particular, there are many return attempts. There are many return attempts, some of them successful, some of them small in number, some of them large in number, but perhaps not complete. But in any event, it shows that we have been actively working to come home. So you guys stick around on today's show. We're going to get into some of those instances. Shout out to Frederick, who is checking in from Belize. Yo, nice. Central America is tuning in. Ebony is checking in from Houston, Texas. We've got somebody from Tel Aviv, Israel. Chimonso Remigius. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But a shout out to Israel. We've also got somebody Jamaican here in the comments as well. So man, we got a nice international crowd today. This is dope. This is what we do it for. We definitely want to get this information spreading around the world and have more of our African brothers and sisters understanding the importance of this exodus and the many components within. All right. So we're just getting everything booted back up over here, guys. Give us a minute. We're gonna try and get Sister Ya and Chief Foday in here, and yeah. Also, you guys look out for the upcoming. One second. Here we go. Yo, this is wild. And I'm even on a different computer that I was on yesterday when it had this issue. So that's what's leading me to believe that this is StreamYard bugging because yesterday we were on Aaliyah's computer and it was happening today. I'm on my computer and it's happening again. All right. Keith says, greeting from the Clean Virtuous Cleaning Services from Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to Ohio, which was my last residence in the U.S. I'm so my heart goes out to you guys right now with this snowstorm. I know that they have this huge storm covering the Northeast right now. If you're in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, the upper Northeast, Stay warm, man. Y'all stay out of that cold. Stay out of that snow, man. This is not weather for us. Okay. I know that was one of the hardest things for me living up north. Even the time I spent living in New York or Philadelphia, Ohio, the winters were always the hardest. And I mean, I understand why. We're not made for that weather. Just like um, those melanin deficient people in the world have trouble living in the sun for too long. Us melanin rich individuals uh, should not be living in the cold for too long. So yeah, I always felt out of place when living in really extreme cold temperatures, especially when it's snowing. It's a little depressing, just a little depressing. So here on the ground, you walk outside and you see the sun shining every single day, and it's clear skies. It's a nice light ocean breeze. You just feel more natural. You feel like you're really in your, habitat. If I, you feel like you're in your habitat. So yeah, you guys got to get out here. Make sure y'all get to the continents, enjoy some of this sunlight, and go ahead and set off your melanin reactors. Start channeling your inner powers for them. All right, Sister. Yeah, trying to